Celluloid Psychosis. I am your host, TJ Bowser, and joining me as always is the very handsome, very British Mr. Paul Ashford. What's up, buddy?
Oh, dude, I'm fantastic. I'm really good. I'm excited to be here. Excited. We've got some exciting news to talk about,
Yes.
chat and stuff. I'm good. Yeah, man. How about you? You good?
Yes, I am very good, and I'm very excited to talk about all this news. But first, you guys know what time it is. It's time for that little slice of life. Paul, tell us what you did.
Man, I have finally picked up a few 4K Blu-rays. My Friday the 13th original Steelbook 4K finally came in. Came direct from America. Haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but it looks great. And I was talking to TJ about this that it's a steelbook. I don't normally pick up steelbooks, but it was a good price. But this one's got a slipcase, so it looks really cool on the shelf. One of my arguments about a steelbook in the past is sounds a bit anal, but when the steelbook's on the shelf, on the spine, you can kind of see the hinges on it.
Yeah,
On this one, you can't. It's just got a beautiful slipcover, and
if
it
the
looks
movie
cool.
is like Starship Troopers, I think it
Hmm.
works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it feels like a
Oh yeah.
military type thing.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I have a steelbook, but it's Star Trek, and the whole thing's like looks like You know what I mean? I'll show
I
you.
do.
Keep
I do.
talking.
Yeah. So that came. I'm super excited to be checking that out. My Friday the 13th '09 from Arrow also came, and the transfer on that is incredible. It looks fantastic, as I hoped it would. And it's a stacked release, loads of extras, lovely new artwork as well. Um, and what else have I done? I've watched loads of movies. Went to the pumpkin patch. We have picked up a couple of pumpkins. It is that time of the year. Super exciting. I haven't carved them yet. We'll be doing that probably before the weekend is out, definitely. We also visited a few places. Went to a beautiful abbey here in the UK called, I have to be careful how I say this, Laycock Abbey. Beautiful grounds. Harry Potter, one of the Harry Potter movies was filmed there. So it's the gift shops there are a haven for Harry Potter gifts, and it's very, very busy with tourists, but it's super cool. We did that on a Saturday, and then on the way home, we visited our favorite pizza spot and had amazing pizza.
It did look good.
Yeah, so real good weekend, real good weekend. Yeah, just movie watching, going out, bits and about, and getting ready for Halloween. Forgot to mention, I've been working on my costume for Halloween. Going to be Jason Voorhees, part 7 Jason Voorhees, and decided I'm going to make it myself this year. So I've been ripping up clothes. I've been using paint and silicone to make a rib cage and guts and stuff. You know how Jason Part 7 looks, and
Oh
yeah, it's been a
yeah.
lot of fun. Just about completed as well, and very much looking forward to Halloween party, which is this Saturday. How about you, TJ?
Man, so I had to do a lot of marketing stuff today, a lot of the back end of marketing stuff, so it wasn't that exciting. But tomorrow I'm traveling a little bit to go film some commercials. So I'm super excited about that. Hi, Jesse. Nice to see you on the stream, buddy. Jesse Hobson over
Hey,
at
good to see you.
Cinedump. Shout out to one of our homeboys and frequent collaborators. He is a swell guy. But anyway, yeah, filming tomorrow. Super excited about that. I got to do an update for the truck at some point. So that has to be like updating a computer, but you know what
You
I
got
mean?
up? Oh, really? Like a
Yeah,
software update?
software update for my truck. It's kind of
Wow.
weird. But luckily, where I'm going to film is also a Ford dealership. So it kind of works out.
Nice.
But yeah, hopefully starting some new projects soon. Paul and I have been talking about maybe starting a book soon. Maybe we'd
Mhm.
like to get Jesse involved in that. That would be very, very cool. But I'm excited to talk about this week's news because we have a robust amount of it. Just wanted to use that word. Anyway, it's time for your physical media roundup. Yee-hoo! Come on, Paul, start us off.
Kino Lorber are releasing Hyperspace from
Mhm.
1984 in 3D. So I saw that announcement. I looked at the artwork and I thought that looks kind of familiar. Um, Bizarrely, in the UK, that film is called Gremloids or Gremloids. Uh, Makes it sound like a rip-off of Gremlins, but the movie really is nothing like Gremlins at all. I want to call it a Star Wars rip-off, but I hate calling movies rip-offs. It's uh, it's in the vein of Star Wars. It's got characters. It's got like Jawa characters in it, which is I guess why they got the Gremloids name for the UK. It's
Hmm.
Darth Vader, it's like a comedy version of Star Wars, basically. I don't remember too much about it. I remember renting it at least twice when I was a kid from my local video store because it was one of the films that I could rent because I was only a kid. But yeah, that's interesting to see that come into 3D. I had no idea it was ever released, filmed in 3D, so that's quite interesting. But also from Kino Lorber, Blood and Lace from 1971, and that is not Blood and Black Lace,
No.
familiar with.
Mario Bavas, no.
We also have Babe from 1995 coming to 4K UHD.
The cinematic masterpiece from veteran filmmaker George Miller. Yeah.
And not only Babe, we also get Babe Pig in the City
Yeah,
from
just when you
98.
thought it couldn't get better, the talking pig goes to the city.
Yeah, there we go. You want me to talk about Hammer Films? Am I allowed to mention this one?
That's all you, homeboy.
Yeah, this is super exciting. Hammer Films here in the UK are releasing Captain Kronos Vampire Hunter
The hell is that?
for the first time in 4K. And not only is it just coming to 4K, they're doing a 5-disc edition box set. I think it's got 3 4K discs, 2 Blu-ray discs, and they haven't released many details of this one yet. It's not up for pre-order until Halloween itself, but there's a few pictures leaked online. It looks crazy. It's in a massive box. It's got loads of extras, loads of art. There's a book in there, absolutely stacked with features. It's a very good, cool film as well. I quite like Hammer Films. Obviously, I'm British, so it was a big thing over here back then.
No way.
And it's a good film. Captain Kronos is a vampire movie, so it's cool. No news on the price because it looks like a big set. You can sign up on the Hammer website to give you email to get first in line for the pre-order, but there's no mention of price yet. So I'll be definitely keeping an eye on that one, and they're keeping it close to their chest, and they said they're going to announce details at Halloween. So yeah, that's very exciting for us in the UK. I mean, I say UK, I presume it's going to be a UK release. It doesn't actually say. Who knows? Should we move on to Umbrella? Do you want to do Umbrella, TJ?
Yeah, I'll take over for the land down under. So from Umbrella Entertainment, you were not really here from 2017. A 4K UHD release, Phil from 2013. That's just going to be a Blu-ray collector's edition. The Crying Game from 1992, a Blu-ray collector's edition. Spring, summer, fall, winter, and spring 2003. Yeah, I said that right, unless Paul typed that wrong. Blu-ray collector's edition. Azrael from 2024 on Blu-ray, and The Fall from 2006 on 4K UHD.
Mm-hmm.
And from Criterion, which is having a 50% off sale right now. So if you want to go buy Criterion, now is the time to do it. Head to Barnes and Noble to get all that stuff. But anyway, coming from them very, very soon is a double feature from Akira Kurosawa, Yojimbo, and Sanjuro, 2 samurai films in 4K UHD. Hype for that. Also, 1973's Winchester in 4K UHD. What do you want to say, Paul, about Kira?
No, I wouldn't be able to pronounce that. I'm glad you said it, because that's what I meant.
Also, The Mother in the Whore, 4K UHD, The Grifters, 4K UHD, and JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling in 4K UHD.
You did that. That's a DJ announcement.
And finishing things off, Paramount. They're doing Smile 2 2024, 4K UHD. Paul, heading back down under, take it over.
Yeah, we go to Imprint Films. They are doing a blaxploitation release. We are getting The Legend of Black Charlie from 1972, The Soul of Black Charlie, 1973, Superfly TNT from 1973, and also from 73, Detroit 9000. So I think I've only seen Superfly TNT out of those.
Those sound right on brand for blaxploitation films.
Yeah, for sure. Film Focus, the Marlon Brando Volume 2.
They're doing so good with this Film Focus series. Yeah. I'll tell you what.
The Night of the Following Day from 69. The Nightcomers from 1971. Last Tango in Paris, 1973. Obviously, I think most Marlon Brando fans have seen that one.
Yeah.
The Missouri Breaks from 1976. And A Dry White Season from 1989, which I've never heard of that one. And exciting for me, at least, again from Film Focus, there is a Burt Reynolds collection, and they're going a bit old school. So we are getting White Lightning from 1973, which is a cracking film. I love that film. Hustle from 1975, which I have not seen, but I watched the trailer. It looks good. It looks very good. Uh, Ernest Borgnine, I think, in that one, from what I remember from the trailer. So that looks super cool. And Gator from 1976, which, if you didn't know, is the sequel to White Lightning. Gator
Oh,
McCluskey is a popular Burt Reynolds character he played before the days of
look at
Smokey
you
Badger.
knowing your mustache.
Oh, I love Burt Reynolds. I've got the do you know Umbrella did a box set, a
Mhm.
box of Burt
Yes, you got
a
that.
couple of years ago. Was it a year ago, 2 years
It was a
ago?
year ago or something like
Yeah,
that.
and obviously none of these films are in that collection, so
No,
this is exciting.
you have the box of Bert.
I've got the box of Burt, yeah. I pre-ordered
That's
it.
awesome.
I pre-ordered it when it I don't know if you remember, but when they first announced it, if you pre-ordered it, you got like a big sticker set and a poster. I
Mm.
got all that stuff with it. And then they got delayed for ages, and I remember
They
Umbrella.
did Film Focus Harvey Keitel recently as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like the good stuff.
Nice. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big Burt Reynolds fan. Now you know. So I go Decal releasing are releasing Immaculate from 2024, 4K
Is
UHD.
that Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah, I don't actually know.
Someone will correct us. Fuck if I know. I don't watch a lot of the new stuff. You know what I mean?
No. Oh, should I crack on a Vindicator?
Yeah, go for it.
Here in the UK, so they got some old school stuff coming out. The Edge of Eternity from 1959, Sahara from 1943, The Shepherd of the Hills from 1941, and 1935's The Lives of a Bengal Dancer.
Hmm.
Yeah. Uh, I'll do one more, shall I, TJ? Cape Light, uh, one of my favorite labels in Germany. Robocop is coming to 4K media book and steelbook.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that there's no normal release announced yet. It's just a beautiful looking media book, or there's a steelbook coming as well. And from what I've read, that is porting. It's the same transfer as the Arrow
Yep.
4K, but they're porting over. I think, as far as I know, pretty much all of the extras. But it's in a glorious looking media book, and I do love my media books.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Strange Darling, 2024 Strange Darling, also coming
Hey,
to
yeah.
4K on media book, which I'll mention later on. And In a Violent Nature, I know we talked a little bit about that one. Again, 4K media book coming from Cape Light.
The
So
sweaty nutsack of slasher films.
yeah, for
Get it? Because
sure.
it drags?
And I didn't actually write it in our notes, but same of Germany, Retro Gold FE are releasing No Holds Barred, the Hulk Hogan,
Da Hammer!
not 4K but Blu-ray. Yeah, Der Hammer, which is an. I don't know why they called it. Do you know why they called it Der Hammer? Because he's not even called the Hammer, is he, in the movie? He's
Title
who knows?
for
But
that
yeah,
movie.
I imagine there's going to be several artwork covers for that. They've only shown one artwork cover so far. It's brand new art, which looks cool. It's got Hogan center stage, and oh no, I'm going to say Rip Torn, but it's not Rip Torn, is it? I forgot the bad guy's name. Zeus, who obviously appeared in WWF later down the line. But yeah, that's our German section. Do you want to carry on with Warner Brothers, TJ?
Yes. So from Warner Brothers, we are getting Constantine from 2005, a 4K
Oof,
Steelbook, and that would be Keanu Reeves' Constantine. Totally underrated film. The comic books, though, fantastic. If you don't
yeah.
know anything about the DC character Constantine, totally recommend you go out and read all about it because he's awesome. He's like a much cooler Doctor Strange. I wouldn't
Will
even
that
put him in the
still work?
same class. He's like that drunk British guy that has way too much magic. And I think his house is much cooler than Doctor Strange's. Just saying.
Yeah,
Just saying. Might be a little
that still
biased.
Steelbook.
Yeah, Steelbooks. Anyway, Second Sight is doing The House of the Devil from 2009. Second Sight, don't got a lot of those things because that is Region B. So, yeah, all that jazz. Icon Film Distribution and Catch Up Entertainment are doing 4Ks of Hellboy, the Crooked Man.
Mm-hmm.
Icon Films doing the UK, Catch Up's doing the US. So, I watched that movie.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't think it was bad at all. I think this is exactly what the fucking Hellboy franchise should have been from the fucking beginning.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the comic books feel like when you read them. It's exactly on tone with everything. The fact that Mike Magnolia is in here, yeah, some of it is like, yeah, it's a low budget and it's there, but I think having it in the time period that it's in and like the smaller scope and the more focused story, it's really, really good. And I love the guy who's playing Hellboy this time around. He doesn't feel too big of a character. He feels just right. And I love Hellboy's assistant. She kind of doesn't get in the way. She kind of helps aid the story. And the Crooked Man is very, very good. And some people were complaining about the cinematography. You can complain, but go out and film something better than you pussy. Anyway, that's just how I feel about it.
I did notice on that release, currently it only says the UK is getting the 4K for some reason. America's getting Blu-ray. I don't
Didn't
know.
notice that. Fuck me. I did see a 4K on Amazon for America, though. So I will say that.
It might come out in 4K. It's just been announced, but so far, for some reason, it only says 4K for the UK. Who knows? Two different distribution companies releasing it, but yeah. It kind of reminds me a bit of the Ghost Rider sequel when that came out. That kind of just disappeared. I actually preferred it to the original, bizarrely. That's just me, though.
Moving on to now in theaters, I will ramble these off like a madman, starting things off with Smile 2, The Wild Robot, We Live in Time, Beetlejuice 2, Terrifier 3, if you like gore and little story, Joker 2, Saturday Night, that's the origins of Saturday Night Live, Piece by Piece, which I think is a Lego movie about that guy's life. What's his name? Pharrell? Yeah, that thing.
Oh, yes, the Lego thing. I watched that trailer and I was like, what on earth is this?
Transformers 1, which I heard is the best Transformers movie since Transformers movie.
Good.
Yes. Goodrich, My Hero Academia, you're next for all those anime fans. Exhibiting Forgiveness, Rumors, don't know what the fuck that is. The Apprentice, which looks fun as fuck, and Anora. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there.
There is a lot. Smile 2 looks interesting. Nicholson's son looks fantastic as always. And boy, does he have the same smile of his daddy.
The Wild Robot, I don't know if you've seen the trailer. That looks a lot
fantastic. My youngest daughter went and saw it this last weekend.
Yep.
And yeah.
Gives me Iron Giant vibes. Probably because he's a big robot.
But, yeah, you got to make those comparisons with that sort of stuff. So in other movie news, you can transition to that because we got a good bit of that. It's just been a week full of trailers. It's been a whole bunch of rumors, especially today because we'll just talk about those rumors because they're not in the notes. Marvel has canceled Blade.
What?
Yeah. So when Blade said in Deadpool and Wolverine there will only be one Blade, he fucking meant it. So it could be either canceled or it's delayed indefinitely, which means it's just been Batgirled and they're going to take a tax loss on it. Which
was it going to be Wesley Snipes again?
No, it was going to be somebody else.
I was forgot to mention at the start. I did watch Deadpool and Wolverine finally. Two things that I really liked about it. Or the two things.
Tell me two things you liked about it and two things you didn't like about it. Go.
Two things I liked about it. Blade.
Yes.
Oh, that's a bit of a spoiler, but Blade is in it. It's Snipes. He's cool. He kicks ass in it. It's great to see him back fighting with his weapons and that on the big screen. The second thing I really liked about it was the tribute he did at the end. So the credits, during the credits, they do they just do loads of behind the scenes and little scenes from all the previous Marvel films. It kind of feels like it's the end of an era, which before this film came out, everyone kind of thought the Marvel universe was kind of done. And but it was nice to see that video at the end. It was an entertaining film. Those two things stood out for me. I think you said it best when you said it could be forgettable. A lot of Marvel films are a bit like that for me now. Yeah. I think there's been too many.
If this was the first movie to come out in all the multiverse films, it would have been great. The problem is we got the slew of films that are decent, not amazing, but are decent. So this is just not really that great. Everybody's like, oh, it's all the cameos. You guys are just getting a hard on because of the cameos. You're just not realizing that it's just lacking story and it's just connecting some loosely fitting pieces from the fucking TV series. I mean, I'm a DC guy, but it's not that fucking magnificent.
Yeah.
It's fucking Deadpool. Everyone has a hard on for it.
Two things I didn't like about it. Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's cool, but he's Ryan Reynolds for like.
He's just playing that character from Waiting.
Yeah. But it is mega successful. So what the hell do I know?
Mm-hmm.
Something else I didn't like about it. Oh, I don't know. It's just the story. It was just yeah. It's just forgettable. Would I
Yeah.
watch it again? Probably not. Would I buy it on 4K or Blu-ray or
I
physically?
want a Henry Cavill Wolverine movie. Give me that.
Yeah. Yeah, why not? Yeah, it's just yeah. I can probably see why it did so much money because of all the cameos and the hype that it's
Oh
sort of
yeah.
built up. But yeah, I mean, hey, I shouldn't complain.
Well,
It's a
everyone
movie.
rushed to it to see if Taylor Swift was in it, and that's why
Yeah,
he did the numbers.
there you go. But that's sad news about Blade because that was probably my highlight, one of my two highlights from that movie. It was great to see him back on the screen and Wesley Snipes playing Blade as well. It was cool. It was cool.
Also canceled the upcoming 4K release of Lost in Translation from Kino
Mm.
Lorber is no longer on the schedule either. So what the fuck, man? I want to
You got
see some
any?
Bill Murray shit.
Yeah, because that was announced what, a year ago.
Yeah.
Um, the last I heard on that was they were struggling to get hold of the what do you call it, the material, get hold of the original material, the movie. You know, what's the word, the movie, the
The original print?
yeah, the original print.
Original camera negative.
Yeah, the negatives, that's the word, the
The
negatives.
negative.
Apparently there's a lot behind the scenes on getting hold of the negatives, even though the movie's been announced. So yeah, I guess they just gave up, maybe.
Yes.
Who knows? Unless there's some darker reason behind it that we don't know about. But hey, let's start some rumors on the internet about it.
Terrifier 3 is blowing up the box office.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not blowing it up. I mean, the box office has just kind of been shit recently. But yeah, it's doing really, really well. Number one and
it's
all that stuff. People
massive, isn't it?
vomiting, leaving the story, leaving the theaters because of the story and all that stuff. The gore, lack of story, whatever you want to talk about. Art the Clown, is he a horror icon? I don't know. I don't know these things. I can't make the judge. But I'll tell
No,
you one thing: it's making money.
yeah. What Terrifier movies have you watched?
The first two.
Same. Yeah. Well, no, I never saw Terrifier 2, so I watched the one I always forget the name of.
Yeah, I
All
watched
Hallows
bits
Eve.
and pieces of it the other day when my
Yeah.
daughter had it
Is it
on, and
All
then
Hallows
she gave
Eve,
me
the original one? I watched that, and then I watched Terrifier.
All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, I remember watching Terrifier, and I was like, "What is this? This is terrible."
You know what doesn't look terrible? The new Wolfman trailer from Laywood. Now that looks
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. I
very
absolutely
good.
love his Invisible Man film. So I have all the
Yeah,
faith in the world for Mr. Winnell, and he looks like he's going to deliver another banger here with Wolfman. Paul, thoughts, feelings?
atmospheric. It looks atmospheric, and I'm super excited for it.
I want to know why
Yeah,
the fuck that semi truck's in a tree.
yeah, exactly that. Yeah, it doesn't tell you much, the trailer, does it? But you get glimpses.
Mhm.
Um, And obviously, yeah, from the trailer you can tell it's about the guy turning into the werewolf rather than being attacked by a werewolf, which is really interesting. Um, I know there was. Did you see? He's actually addressed the pictures of the Halloween Horror Nights
Uh-uh.
Wolfman that got released. I read a news article today, so that those screenshots came out way before the trailer. Obviously, the trailers had just come out, but when it was announced, they showed obviously Halloween Horror Nights. They must have had a deal with Halloween Horror Nights to do a Wolfman haunted house. And there's a picture of someone dressed as a creature, I'll say, but it's like someone's gone to Spirit Halloween and chucked a costume on.
Yeah,
And that
it's bad.
picture kind of leaked online. I was like, oh my god, the Wolfman looks crap. He's actually come out and goes like that's Halloween
You know
Horror
what's
Nights.
funny? Joke's on
Yeah,
you.
exactly
Yeah.
that. He said that's nothing to do with the movie. It's obviously a Halloween Horror Nights. I mean, I love Halloween Horror Nights. I've been to quite a few, and those sort of characters like that, they're when you see them, they're in pitch black, so you're not going to see one in the daylight like that. So it's kind of very out of context photo, but obviously a lot of people jumped on it online and thinking, oh my god, the new Wolfman's going to be crap. But it's not. He's actually addressed it in an interview online. So he's like, yeah, he's the special effects guy doing the special effects for Wolfman. Um, he's a veteran. He was brought up. He learned from Rick Baker. The whole list of classic, but obviously Rick Baker was mentioned because of his American Werewolf stuff. So yeah, it's in
I
very,
watched your
very safe
brain
hands.
stall in real time there.
Exactly. Yeah, it's in real safe hands. Real safe hands. Wolfman. The only thing I'm a bit worried about is coming out in January. What a weird time to release Wolfman, and it's like, do films do well in January? And it's kind of a graveyard slot, surely. It's just after the big Christmas rush. I don't know. It's a bit just strange time to release a horror film.
Weirder things have happened.
Yeah, I pray it does really well. I definitely want to go and see it in the cinema on the big screen. But yeah,
No, I think it'll do
January
well.
time. Yeah, definitely. But yeah.
So, did you watch the trailer for the next one?
Yes, I did.
You did.
It looks
So
hilarious.
looks like Netflix is letting up the rights from Trailer Park Boys, and we are getting a Bubbles spinoff called "Standing on the Shoulders of Kitties." Bubbles and the Shit Knockers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So essentially, they are hitting it big, and we got some cameos from rock and roll celebrities, which will be really cool.
Rolling Stones. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And not Burt Reynolds, the other guy. What's his name? Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton, yeah.
He's in it too. But anyway, Bubbles and his band, the Shit Rockers, make it big. They travel cross country. They make it to England, and they kind of get stuck, and they have to call Ricky and Julian to come save them. It's going to be cool. Randy's there, Randy the roadie. All of it looks really cool. And the trailer starts out with Bubbles dropping a guitar at Guitar Center. It's fucking hilarious.
It looks brilliant. It looks very good. You know what? I haven't really seen much Trailer Park Boys, shockingly. But I've never watched all of them. I've seen bits and bobs, so I only know a bit about the characters. But this film looks very, very funny. I love the main guy. Obviously, he's got a thing for cats, which is instantly makes me want to watch it anyway. From the trailer, he makes a lot of the songs about cats. If you watch the trailer, it causes a riot in a prison, I think, because he keeps singing about cats. So.
Anyone that causes a riot in a prison singing about kitties is cool with me.
Exactly that.
Speaking of Netflix and rights, it looks like Mac Flanagan's done with Netflix, is heading over to Amazon Prime, and we're getting a Stephen King adaptation from Mr. Flanagan of Carrie, and not just an adaptation, a TV series adaptation. Yeah. Thoughts, feelings, Paul?
Can't wait. I love Mac Flanagan. I loved The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly House. The sequel wasn't quite as good, but I thought it was super cool. Again, very atmospheric. It was a massive surprise when it first came to Netflix. So the idea of him getting his hands.
Did he do The Fall of the House of Usher or whatever the fuck it was?
Yes, as well. Yep. But I probably know him best for Hill House. The Haunting of Hill House.
Hell House is different.
Yeah. I'm getting it mixed up with Night of the Demons now. They call it Hell House and that as well, don't they?
And there's is there another movie called? No.
There is a film called Hell House LLC. But
yes.
I've never seen it. Yeah, never seen that one.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, it looks good. Obviously, Stephen does look good. We haven't seen anything on it from him yet, but yeah, he's obviously got he's a good director, and it's Stephen King and it's Carrie. So yeah, what's not to like?
Fucking A. We also got a trailer for Creature Commandos, the animated series coming up from DC, and it looks fucking fantastic. I'm super excited. So I know a lot of people don't know a lot about these characters. This is more like the supernatural type thing. It's not like DC, Justice League Dark, but it's like, you got Dr. Phosphorus, you got, Sergeant Robot, and is that his name? Private Robot? No, it's Private Robot, I think it is. Yeah. And then you got Frankenstein up in that piece. You got the Weasel, Rick Flag, all those. And it looks great. I'm excited for it. I'm sure I'm missing one of the characters out, but it's interesting to see what James Gunn's going to do with the DC. And of course, he has mentioned before that all of these projects is part of the greater DCU, despite having its visual and artistic differences, with the exception of Matt Reeves' universe. Speaking of Matt Reeves' universe, I'm on episode 5 of The Penguin, as is everyone else, and it's fucking amazing. People who compare it to The Sopranos are idiots, and they just haven't watched enough gangster or crime stuff to understand the genre. So the only thing that they know are The Sopranos, so everyone just compares it to it because, a gangster talks to his mom. You know what? You ever watch a fucking Martin Scorsese film? It's fucking a gangster talks to his mom in that fucking movie. Losers. Jesus Christ. Fucking watch some stuff. Anyway, go watch that. Sticking on DC news, we got an image of Crypto the Superdog. Looks like he's going to be a terrier, folks. A motherfucking terrier. It's going to look cool. It's going to be cool. I'm excited. Hi, Jules. It's your first time on the podcast. Or is that a cat?
No, it's a cat.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
I thought it was somebody. There we go.
Oh no, he's not going to go away.
The opposite of Crypto.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks cool, man. Yeah, so I don't know much about Crypto. I've seen the teaser image. Yeah.
See, with this, it could go one of two ways. It could either be really, really good or really, really
Hmm.
cheesy. And I
Yeah.
hope he does it good. And I think if they don't use crypto too much, it'd be great if he's like
Hmm.
guarding like this Fortress of Solitude. That'd be cool. Uh we'll have to see. Again, we don't know much about this other than James Gunn said David Cornsweat's going to blow us the fuck away. So I'm excited for that because I love Superman. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah, gonna be
James
cool
Gunn's a
shit.
busy man. Very
He
busy man.
is a busy man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's get to the name of the episode. Alien Romulus is getting a fucking VHS release. Paul,
Yeah.
what the hell?
I know. That is, how cool is that? Literally, how cool is that, man? I'm super excited for that. I'm
Have
really
we
guess
got
that's
any information about the actual release other than the fact it's happening?
not that I've seen. No,
Okay.
I'm gonna say I was gonna guess it's a US only release, but I don't know. That's a complete
The
guess.
real question is what are they going to do to stop scalpers?
Yeah, it's gonna sell out instantly.
Yeah.
What can you do to stop scalpers? What, limit it to one copy each? But they're gonna make fake emails, whatever they need to do to get those copies out there. I'm seeing it right now with the Nightmare on Elm Street Collector's Edition. So many scalpers on eBay of that right now. And I think there was a quality control issue as well
Oh,
with
go
that.
figure.
So a lot of people had their pre-orders cancelled, especially for Amazon. I was lucky enough to grab one from HMV in the UK, so I'm super excited for that. But yeah, it's going to be Scalper City on the Alien Romulus VHS, but nevertheless, it is super cool, and I really hope we start seeing more VHS releases, just because that is a super cool thing. What do you think? But I don't even own a video player anymore. Do you?
No.
No.
No. We were talking about this earlier
Oh,
this week because we wanted to somehow attempt HD VHS
yeah,
transfers. And yeah. Uh,
yeah,
I'm excited. I don't know how many people are going to actually be able to use this. I think this will become a collector's piece for most
yeah. They'll
people.
keep it sealed. They'll keep it sealed. It'll
Yeah.
look cool on the shelf. It'll stay sealed, I'm sure.
Take it to the convention, get it signed.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
is a full. It is going to be a full working VHS, a
Yeah.
real VHS. It's not like a prop or anything like that. So yeah, very very cool, very cool news, and they're tapping into that nostalgia for sure on that.
Speaking of cool news, the new trailer for the Vinegar Syndrome produced Street
Oh
Trash came
yes,
out. And it
it
looks
looks
gross.
stupid. It looks good though, right?
Yes. Looks so
And
good.
it looks. I started watching the trailer. I was like, oh man, this is nothing like Street Trash. But then it actually is. There's glimpses. Obviously, it's got Vipers in it again, which is great. Obviously, if it didn't have Viper in it, it wouldn't be Street Trash. But it's got a very modern feel to it, a very kind of futuristic feel from the trailer.
It's filmed in another
Um,
country. And
yeah,
yeah, they kind of use modern tensions and take to spin on
that's
the
right. Yes,
classic story.
I think one of the clips in there says it's going to be a politically charged,
Yes.
gross out movie or something like that. So I'm
Interesting to see
excited.
how it goes. I hope it's just a fucking banger because Vinegar Syndrome, of course, I kneel at the altar of. So this
Yeah,
is
I mean,
just
you'll buy it either way, surely.
goddamn right. It'll
Yeah,
be on that shelf
but
right there.
I'm a massive fan of the original Street Trash, and to finally see the trailer is like exciting. It looks good, and it's Ryan Kruger, who did
Fried berry,
Bride Barry, which I still haven't seen.
body horror, and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah. He says one of the quotes in there. He's the king of body horror. I
Yeah,
don't
they've done like 2 movies.
know. But, it looks really good, man. Normally sometimes a lot of time when a remake comes out, it looks terrible, but this looks very good, and I've got high hopes, very high
You know what
hopes.
I don't have high hopes for? Strangers Part 2. That fucking thing looks god awful. It's like, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna add the whole element that the fucking town's in on it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then that's what
You
all
know,
part 3 is gonna be.
we'll see.
Already Harlan, you were so great at one point, and now I
Yeah.
think that they're just taking a fucking franchise and just beating the hell out of it.
Yeah, we'll see. I wasn't the biggest fan of the
The
original.
first one was such a limp dick. Like, no part of it was scary. It was like,
Mhm.
up, scary stuff is
Exactly.
happening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it just
Exactly
happens.
that. There's a trailer for Let's Start a Cult.
Yes.
That kind of came out
Featuring
of nowhere.
CM Punk, the wrestler, one
Yes,
of my
I
favorites.
couldn't believe it. You sent me that link, and I was like, "That's CM Punk," playing what looks to be a crazy character in it.
Yes.
It looks very funny from the trailer, very very funny. Anything that's getting a release like that with CM Punk in it, I'll be interested for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And it has some also like familiar like comedians, modern comedians in it, so it looks really really cool.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Go
Uh,
watch it.
Also, just released a trailer for. Oh, I hope I'm going to pronounce this right. The Legend.
A24's
Yeah, A24's The Legend of Oki.
Ochi.
Ochi. There we go. Again, came out of nowhere to me at least. Um, it's got William Dafoe in it
Yep.
as well, so surely it's
That kid
some
from
kind of quality.
Stranger Things.
Yes, yeah.
Finn.
Finn from Stranger Things.
Emily
And,
Watson.
yep. And what looks like a modern interpretation of Gizmo. So
But the big versions of them are a little bit more scary.
yeah,
It definitely looks
yeah,
like a familiar creature that we've seen before, so it's
yeah,
definitely banking on something. It kind of reminds me of that monkey in Lost in Space.
yeah, yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think the story is that it's the girl that she was raised to. Is it not live in the
It's
daylight or to only live
kind of
in
that
the
thing, but essentially, like, there's these creatures that live on the outskirts of the town, and these kids are raised to fucking hunt these things,
That's
and
it.
like
Yeah.
it's a rite of passage. And this thing goes out to like hunt these, and like finds like a young one, takes it home, and like
Yeah.
learns that it's not all of these are evil, befriends it,
Hmm.
and then sets out on a quest to like take it back to its own kind so it can be raised properly. And then the
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe's like, oh my god, she's been kidnapped, and then he sets
Hmm.
out on hunters after her. So yeah, that's the thing, the Legend of
Hmm.
Ochi.
It looks good. It looks good.
You look good, Paul.
Yeah, I think you. So do you.
Thanks.
Good collection.
So let's get on to our recommendation of the week. My recommendation this week is the Hulu original Mr. Crockett from 2024. That was originally a bite-sized Hulu Ween short, and
Right.
that was really cool. But if you watch this one, it is fantastic. There is some awesome practical effects. The character design is fantastic. Mr. Crockett is creepy as fuck. People compare him to Freddy, but it's not exactly like, it's kind of like if a little bit of Freddy, a little bit of the Ring sprinkled in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of that 90s aesthetic. It is fantastic. All the actors hit very, very hard. It's just really, really good stuff. Would recommend it. And I
So
hope
is
we
it
get
a
a
TV
sequel.
series or is it a movie?
It's a movie.
It's a movie. It's an actual movie. Okay. Yeah. So it was originally a series.
It was originally a short that's part of a
Sure.
series of shorts.
Okay. That's why I got confused then. But yeah, I watched the trailer. It looks cool.
Mhm.
Pure nostalgia. I even like the first couple of seconds of the trailer when they get the Mr. Crockett VHS. It's obviously in a Disney style clamshell.
When you want to talk about gore, holy shit, does this not hold back?
Yeah.
We're talking
Oh,
popping
really?
heads, fucking
Yeah.
cutting off fucking limbs.
Hmm.
It's the whole thing's just fucking absurd. What's your recommendation, Paul?
Wow, this one came out of nowhere for me. Well, not out of nowhere, but it was Strange Darling. We mentioned it. It's getting a
Ah,
4K release soon, but it's currently streaming here in the UK, obviously the US as well. Man, it blew me away. I went into this not knowing anything about the story, and this film just blew me away. It's kind of you don't want to read, you don't want to know much about this film before you watch it. You want to go in blind, which is what I did. All you really want to know is it's a blind date, like a one night stand gone wrong. Involves a lot of killing, some good gore, a lot of
Mondo
action.
Macabre is having a Halloween sale. It just went live right now as we're recording.
Wow, there we go. That sounds good. What is it? 50% off everything?
I'll look. Keep going.
Yeah, yeah. Strange Darling. I highly recommend it. It's obviously a brand new release. It is streaming, but man, is it got twists and turns. Even my girlfriend watched it with me, and she even really enjoyed it as well. She doesn't normally like horror movies, but this one, you're thinking all the time what's going on. It's a bit Tarantino. They do it in parts, but it's not in order. So you see parts that have happened. It's played out in a mixed order. It's very Tarantino-ish. So you're left guessing a lot of the time as to what's happened already or what's about to happen. So many twists and turns, but I don't want to say anything else because you just want to go in blind to this.
Yeah.
It's super, super cool. And I'll definitely consider picking up a physical media over this because it was that good. So yeah, both got modern recommendations this week, which is
Yes.
unusual.
Very
Yeah.
unusual for us. So next week we will finish off our Halloween extravaganza
Mhm.
with Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers from 1989. We're going to essentially do it in defense of Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. and say why we think it's good, why we think it's misunderstood. At
Mhm.
least I'm going to do that. Paul might have a little bit different feelings on it, but
We shall see.
we shall see.
Yeah,
That's,
nice.
it's going to be interesting. I definitely don't have a Halloween 5 tattoo or anything that makes me biased, but yeah, Cult of Thor and all that stuff. Next week, next Tuesday, same bad time, same bad channel. I'm TJ Bowser. That's Paul Ashford. Go to projectlouder.net for similar content, and you can find us on all audio platforms. You know, Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon, all that stuff. Anywhere
Yeah.
you consume audio only content, of course, on the YouTubes as well.
Mhm.
And we're streaming on Twitch right now. Paul, thank you.
Fantastic.